Hi, second graders, and thank you so much for joining me for Skills today. Now, I'm so glad you're here. I might be a new face to a lot of you guys, but my name is Miss Catrone, and I'm a teacher at Citizenship Academy. And I'm so excited to be sharing the Skills Unit 4 with you guys for the next little while. I've heard some great things about all the wonderful work you've been doing up until this point. I've heard about some new vowel sounds that you guys have been learning. I've heard about some great readers that you guys have been reading, and we're going to continue that together during this Skills Unit 4, and I am so excited to be on this journey with you. Now, the first thing that I always think is really important when we're starting a lesson is to come up with some goals. What am I going to be able to do at the end of this lesson? So that's where we're going to start today. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to come up with some goals together. Now, this can look like learning targets. See, we have our targets there, and these are just our goals for our lesson. So our first goal says, I can practice my new spelling words. So this lesson, we're going to learn some new spelling words, and you're going to have some great ways to practice those at home, and I have some fun ideas for how you can practice those too. The second one, I can read words with the sound. So we're going to be reading a bunch of words that have the sound in them. Third, I can read tricky words. We're going to be practicing our tricky words today. Alrighty, guys, without further ado, let's keep going. Okay. So I know you guys have been doing this for a while now, but we have a brand new list of spelling words that we're going to go over today. Now, your spelling words you can practice at home. And like I said, I have some fun new ways that we can practice those together. We can draw them in colored pencils. We can write them in shaving cream. We can draw them in sidewalk chalk if it's not snowy right now. So I have a lot of fun ways that we're going to practice those spelling words together. Now, the spelling words for this week are called spelling alternatives. Basically, that's just a big, long teacher word that means that they have the same sound, but they're spelled different ways. So this is where we have to kind of use our big, strong brains that we've been exercising, and we're going to memorize when to use each of those sounds, because like we said, you hear them the same way, even though they're spelled differently. Alrighty, so the first thing that we're going to do is review the sound cards for these spelling words. And I don't know about you guys, but my second graders love when we listen to the sounds, play the videos, and listen to the songs in our sound library. So I'll do that for you guys as well. So the first one is this ah sound. Now, we see that ah can be spelled two different ways. And if I look here with my power bar, they're both about the same length, which means I see them about the same amount of time. So I have ah, like the word paw. Now, ah is spelled with AW here. It says the ah sound. I see it in this word hawk, yawn, and crawl. Now, like I said, these are going to be the same sound. They're going to sound the same way. So if I jump over here, I also have ah. This time it's spelled with AU. And this ah is spelled like the name Paul. That's the same ah sound, like vault. A vault is a big chest that you can hold all your treasures in. I might lock my things up in a vault. Or haunted. Hear that ah sound in haunted? I know around Halloween time, you guys like to go to haunted houses. The last one is causes. So the rain causes me to need to get an umbrella. So I'm going to actually switch my screen right now, and we are going to hear those sounds together. So just give me one moment. I love how patient you guys are as I'm switching my screen. Thank you so much for showing that character strength. Good job. All right, here we go. Oopsies, that's not what I want to show you. Let's try again. Here we are. Okay, so we're gonna go to our ah sound. The first thing we're gonna do is hear the sound. Let's listen again. Ah. Alrighty, now we'll watch the video.
Ah. Pa. Ah. Pa. Ah. Pa. Let's say it together. Ah. Pa.
Pa.
Ah.
Ah.
Pa. Ah.
All right, now last but not least, the song. This was my second grader's favorite part last year.
Aw, look at that paw. I can see you've got four. It's awfully quiet as you walk on the floor. If you're a dog, cat, or bear, but maybe not a macaw, you're gonna have an awesome paw.
Alrighty, guys, now we're gonna head back to the rest of our spelling words. So, let's make sure we get this. Okay, so we said we have that ah sound. Here are 6 of our spelling words already. Now the next sound we have is oi. Again, we talked about how these are spelling alternatives, which means it's the same sound, that oi sound, spelled 2 different ways. So we have oi, like in oil, spelled O-I. Now this power bar is really long, so we're gonna see that a lot of the time. I see that in oil, spoiled, and coin. Now over here, I'm gonna have that same sound, oi, but I see that with O-Y. So my word is toy. Now this power bar is shorter, so I'm gonna still see that pretty often, but not as much as the O-I. Here I have it in cowboy, enjoy, and destroy. Alrighty, we are going to switch back to our sound library now, and we're going to listen to that oi sound. There we go, I see it right there.
Oi.
Oi. Please load. We can come back to that if that's going to have a hard time. Alrighty, guys, it looks like we're having some technical difficulties, but we know that that's our oi sound. Now our last one is our oo sound, like in the word soon. So in our word soon, we have oo says oo, like soon, or moon, or spoon, or cartoon. Now we're going to try one more time to see if it will let us hear that sound. We know that sometimes we can have some internet issues.
Ooh.
There we go.
Ooh.
Ooh. Maybe.
Ooh. Boot. Ooh. Boot. Ooh. Boot. Let's say it together. Ooh. Boot. Ooh.
Boot.
Boot. Ooh.
Alrighty. And then lastly, we'll do the song.
A boot is a bigger kind of shoe to keep your feet dry no matter what you do. If you're a firefighter, cowgirl, or you're in a spacesuit, there is no substitute for a rootin' tootin' boot.
Alrighty. So all of those sounds are seen in our spelling words this week. Alrighty. So here we have a list, and we've chunked up our spelling words to follow those spelling patterns. So spelled with A-W, we have hawk, yawn, and crawl. Spelled A-U, we have bolt, haunted, and causes. Oi, spelled O-I, we have oil, spoiled and coin. Oi, spelled O-Y, we have cowboy, enjoy, and destroy. And then lastly, we have oo, spelled O-O, moon, spool, cartoon. Okay, so this week you're going to have a chance to practice spelling these words. Like I said, you can spray some shaving cream on the table and write your words with your finger. You can use colored pencils and rainbow write your spelling words. You can just write them in regular pencil and paper if you like them that way. You can write them in sidewalk chalk if you don't have snow on the ground, whatever you want to do just to practice these spelling words. We can practice our spelling words in a lot of fun ways. Alrighty. So here we're going to do a worksheet. Because we're online, I'm going to post that at the end. All right. So just like in Unit 3, we're going to focus in Unit 4 on a lot of different vowel sounds and their spellings. Now, today we're going to focus on this sound. So R, when it's paired up with E, we kind of call it bossy R sometimes because we mostly hear the R, it's very bossy. But we have this sound like in her. Now, if I look at my power bar, it's very long, which means I'm going to hear this sound most of the time spelled ER. There are going to be some other ways to spell it, but most of the time I'm going to see ER. Let's see if I can get our sound to play for our ER sound.
Tiger. 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 Let's say it together. Tiger. Tiger.
Awesome. And last but not least, we'll play the song if it'll work.
Tiger in the jungle with your striped orange fur. I have never heard a tiger make a ferocious purr. Tiger, it's fine, you can roar if you prefer. Tiger.
Awesome job. All right, I know those songs are really fun. And it's a good way to hear those sounds, that sound. Now, like I showed you here, in this power bar, it shows that I mostly hear this sound when it's spelled with ER. But we know that sometimes other letter combos can say the same. So here I have her with ER. We know that is vowel sounds because it's adding to the end of a word of a syllable. So I have steep makes it steeper. That just means more steep. All right. I hear this sound in a lot of words. Like here I hear the sound in fern. Fern can be a really pretty plant. Here I have a western. See my sound right there in the middle. Perfect. Here my sound is right up at the front. Perfect. Now I have interrupt. Right there's my sound. Okay, so today we're going to focus on two other spellings for the sound. So we know that ER, that power bar is the longest, so that's where I'm going to see it most of the time. But there are two other spellings to give me that same sound. And those are IR and UR. Now, I know in Unit 3, you guys are familiar with our spelling trees, and we're going to be doing another one of those today for this sound. Okay, so can be spelled by any of these combinations. If I have ER, I have words like excuse me, I have words like, see, her. Oh, it's very tricky to write on the computer, but we're gonna make do. I have, well, I can make this better. Now I have the word Western, like we just learned about. And here I'll put the word fern. So all of those, you'll see my ER sound for Now, I also have UR makes my sound. I see that in words like hurt or burn. It's the same sound, but it's spelled with UR. Now here I have IR, and with that I have words like bird, or let me think. Ooh, I can also do the word shirt. See how that IR gives me that sound? Or skirt. The IR gives me that sound. All right. Okay, there we go. So like we practiced, UR gives me, the power bar is way shorter here. Do you guys see that, how much smaller it is? I'm not gonna see this as often, but UR still has that sound like in hurt. See how his knee is hurt and he's crying? Hurt. I also see IR, like in bird. It gives me that same sound. All right, so can be spelled by any of these combinations. Here are some words that we can read together. We have sister, number, nerve, fur, hurt, turn, curve, burn. Over here we have bird, stir, birth, thirst, and shirt. So here's a big whole chart of all the words that have the sound, or a lot of the words, not all of them, but a lot of the words that have the sound, and all the different ways that they can be spelled. All right, so we can put these in our code chart. And now we're on to our spelling tree. Now this is gonna be a little bit different because when we're in the classroom, we can walk around and we can put our leaves on our spelling tree, but we're gonna go over it here now. So this is a tree for all the ways that I can say the sound. And we know we have a branch for when it's spelled ER. Here we have the word clerk. See how ER is right there? We have the word fern. There it is. And we have the word verb right there, the ER, all saying the sound. Now over here we have a branch for IR, says like in the word first. You guys see my IR right there? In the word birth. You guys can say these words after me if that helps you hear them. Like in the word girl, in the word shirt. Now up here we have branches for UR, where UR says like in the word hurt, fur, and church. Again, if you guys want to play this back and say the words after I do, if it helps you hear that sound, then that's a super great idea. So now we're going to do another worksheet, but I'm going to put that in the Google form at the end. So you don't have to worry about that until the end. Okay, guys, the next part of our lesson is all about tricky words. Now, we know that tricky words are words that we have to look at to be able to say. They don't always follow all the rules. They're not getting their dojo points. They're really tricky. They're all over the place. But when we practice them, we get so good at reading them and spelling them, and we can use them in our writing. So they make us such stronger readers and writers when we know our tricky words. We're gonna learn some new ones today. We're also gonna have the chance to practice some old ones. Okay, so all year long, we're gonna learn about tricky words. Like I just said, tricky words aren't getting their dojo points. They're not following the rules. They do not play by the rules. That's what my slide says. We're gonna review, that means go over, we're gonna look at them again, some tricky words. All right, here we have the word all. In my class, we like to do hand motions that go with our tricky words. So the first one we're gonna do is we're gonna pretend like we're on a roller coaster, okay? So as we're climbing up, we're gonna say the letters, and when we get to the top, we're gonna swoosh down and say the word. So I'll show you, and then you can do it. A-L-L, all. Okay, you can do it. A-L-L, all. Great job. Okay, so the sentence below says, I want to read all the books. Now we can do a chain with these words. This is a really easy way to recognize a bunch of words based on that one tricky word that we just learned. So if I add k in front of it, I get k, all, call, or f, all, fall, or b, all, ball, or t, all, tall, or w, all, wall, mall, small, st, stall. Look at all those words you just read, all because you knew that tricky word all. All right, guys, so we can practice going over some of our tricky words now, and I'll just set a couple minutes and we can practice these together, and then you'll be all done for today and you can go do your Google form, all right? So we have and, a, are, am, all, ooh, that's the one we learned today, at, an, ball, by, but, best, call, can, do, from, have, here, is, it, if, I, in, keep, let, look, mall, my, must, no, not, one, once, off, pull, said, says, see, so, tall, tell, the, there, to, us, was, we, word, what, why, were, when, which, who, yes, you, your. All right, guys, so you can play that part over and over and over again, and you can practice saying the words, and you can even see if you can practice saying them faster than me. The more that we practice our tricky words, the better we get at them. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna look at our targets one more time. Did we practice our new spelling words? Yeah, we did. We looked at the different ways to say the ah sound and the different spellings, AW and AU. We looked at the different ways to say the oi sound, OI and OY. We looked at the oo sound, and what else? What other one did we do? I'll have to go back and check. And then we looked at our spelling words that go with those. The next one, I can read words with the sound. Well, I know you guys did that. We read so many words with the sound. Remember how we did our spelling tree and we had spelled like ER, spelled like IR, and spelled like UR. And all of those, we read words that went with all of them. You guys absolutely checked that one off. And the last one, I can read tricky words. We just practiced so many tricky words. Alrighty guys, following this lesson, you're gonna have a Google form to fill out, and that's just gonna be your chance to practice. So what you can do leaving my lesson is you can, one, you're gonna need to do your Google form. Two, you're gonna practice your spelling words. And then three, you can practice your tricky words. I have had so much fun teaching you guys skills today. My name is Miss Catrone, and we're gonna be doing skills together for the next whole unit, and I'm so excited to be doing it with you guys. You've done an awesome job, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.